Have you found yourself out in the garage using power tools while hugging the wall outlet, or the worst of the trip hazard that's underrated? So these right here generally come in a 16 gauge for lights, and then you'll pick up a 14 and a 12 for heavier items here. So on the side of the cable actually read what the gauge is. So when you start looking at the item here, this right here is a 13 amp 5-inch grinder. So it's drawing 13 amps through that 15. So now you start thinking, like, for extended use, this might get a little warm, and especially if you're using cutters and welders that's got the 220 down to 110, hey, you're probably borderline here. So that's where you want to have the appropriate size gauge, extension cord for what you're using. And I like to put black tape on it, that way nobody wants to borrow it. And this right here does have an adjustable stop on it because it's an adjustable reel. So this is a 65 foot 12 gauge 12.3 extended reel here. So you have this on a reel so you can pull it out, get rid of the shop floor trip hazard, use it as you need. And you've got an indicator here letting you know that the power is on, and you've also got an indicator on the reel itself. So this being a 3-prong, 3-position, 12 gauge, 65 foot, this is pretty solid, because when you're not using this right here, you can retract it up and let it stay up out of the way. And when you need it, you pull it down and there it is. So when you have a 12 gauge that you're running for heavier items there, that's where this right here is going to handle the load for extended periods, as well as it's safe, a lot safer than using a 16 gauge, which is usually designed for lights. So if you're using things like this around the shop and you need to have that trip hazard removed and a strong enough cable, this right here is a solid unit. But you can also look at the 14 gauge and the 16 gauge if you're looking for those. But this right here is a solid unit, and you can check the link down below to find out more details and the little cart here. And that way, at the end of the day, you feel good about your situation. Love it.